Forgot to press the set appointment button on our Podio that we built out ourselves, right?
Really?
Yeah, and what happened is we lost that lead after a month, and it was a $20,000 deal with buyers sitting on it, waiting for that bad boy.
Pulling a spot, ooh, watch how I drop. Believe it or not, this isn't all that I got. They told me to rock, that's not how I rock. Now I gotta pop Madonna, trading my traumas for commas. I gotta do what I promise.
What's up, guys? This is Ricky in the Flip Lab studio. Today, I have a special guest, Frank Miller, REI.
King of systems and processes, I guess, huh?
In the system game.
Definitely more of the system side.
So, SimplifyREI. What is it?
It's a CRM for real estate built upon Podio. Includes a lot of one-click automations, full KPI tracking, monitors per campaign, and we're able to customize and bend it to what each company needs, which is a little unusual.
So for like people watching, what's Podio? If you're like getting into real estate or wholesaling, you want to start doing deals.
So Podio is a basic free CRM that you can use, and a lot of beginners make the mistake of trying to build out their own CRM. Before you know it, it'll be months of them stuck in analysis paralysis, errors in the system. I had a problem actually, which made me come up with the CRM that we have now. And one of my acquisition guys forgot to press the set appointment button on our Podio that we built out ourselves, right?
Really?
Yeah. And what happened is we lost that lead after a month. And it was a $20,000 deal with buyers sitting on it, waiting for that bad boy. And because it got lost in the system, we said bye-bye.
It was gone.
It was gone. We couldn't do anything, man. There's no memorandum, no way of taking that to litigation. It was just not worth it. So just one click of a button lost us that $20K deal.
Yeah. So I know for people that don't know you, you were doing a bunch of like wholesale deals.
So I was doing wholesaling. I was doing more on the systems and processes side.
Okay.
I quit my construction job where I was doing very well pre-pandemic and got into wholesaling.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with the system side of it. I was always like obsessed with how can we automate this like to the max, because wholesaling is marketing at the end of the day. So 100%. My role was I never like to be on the phone. You know how I am, more of the guy that wants to be in the background. And I just like to obsess over automating and systemizing. I think that's the new economy, and it's 2021, man. And real estate tech is outdated.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's really outdated.
Why do you think that is?
A lot of realtors, I don't know, it might be because they're old school, they're stuck in their ways. They're afraid to switch up. I guess it's a sensitive industry. And if you were to switch your business into another system out of nowhere, it could cause some hiccups, and some run on a tight budget.
Yeah, no, definitely. I know I come from a sales background, and my corporate job, we use Salesforce. I don't know if you've ever used that CRM.
I haven't, but I heard of some people using it.
Right. And I know there's like a bunch of other ones, right? What do you think when it comes to like a CRM, what is the most important aspect of it for making sure you stay on top of those leads?
Your follow-up process. And by that, it's company-sided of things too. We can only do so much on our end to automate your follow-up. But your follow-up inside of the CRM is probably one of the most important things. So when a lead is called, there should be an action that automates after that. An acquisition manager should automatically be assigned to each lead, maybe round robin it. We take it a step further, and if it's a warm or hot lead, sometimes we'll edit the round robin to only go to the designated acquisitions managers. I think the follow-up is on, the most important thing that you can have. Like I said, that one button lost us $20,000. Each Excel row, when I picture it on Podio, it could be a deal.
Yeah, totally.
So if that gets lost, you could be losing a deal. So my goal at the end of the day, when I look at all of this, is to collect feedback from everybody, number one. And number two is I obsess over just making it the best that it possibly could be.
Yeah.
I'll be up for 18, 23 hours. I'll wake up on my VA's timelines just to tell them, hey, I'm here to prove a point. To show them that I'm here. This isn't just a normal job. I take this serious.
Yeah.
So I try to do that every day.
So when it comes to like Podio, I know when we first started out, we were using Podio as well. And we used like a free version. And it just kind of had like basic tools where you just kind of set like follow-up dates and things like that. I know you're kind of into more like the automation side of it. So like how will that kind of like free up your time, and How does that process go?
So we have some people that take the time out to still manually write up contracts. Could you imagine how many hours are lost by doing that throughout the year if you were to be working on X amount of deals?
Yeah.
You know, that's just one little thing. The automatic follow-ups, the automatic tasks, pressing on certain buttons within the CRM will push it right to your transactions. We have full escrow tracking, JVs, addendums, linking with your title. You can link your realtor into the workspace, into your Podio.
Yeah.
You know, so all of these things save you time. You shouldn't have to call your realtor and say, hey, I just sent you another lead. With this, you just assign the realtor to the state and you send them listings as you go. It should be just a send process. Send, press send, move. Not call my realtor, tell them I just got a deal, waste all this time. Just send it over. You know, so we try and save as much time as possible with everything. And we're improving every day. Like I came out here for 24 hours to check up on who's using my stuff.
Right.
You know, and if they tell me, hey, this needs to be changed or this needs to be slimmed down or this would really help us, you best believe anybody that works with us will tell you that we're going to get on it.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to like different investors, like different things and the way they use their process, do you custom build it to the client, or are you trying to build kind of a plug and play system for any investor that's kind of getting into wholesaling or flipping?
So ideally it would be plug and play, right? But each business does things their own specific way.
Yeah.
And the real estate market's always changing. So what you might be doing now could be different 6 months from now. You know, you could completely change the way you market or, you know, so on and so forth. So right now, where we're at right now, we flex it to what everybody needs because we're at a point where we can handle the volume that we have and give them as much flexibility as possible. So we're still in our growth stage and we're taking as much feedback from users as possible. So one day it can be plug and play where you'll never need to ask for another thing. You know, that's what my hope is. But we will always have the option to add what you want because what's the point of running a system if you're not fully comfortable with it? I would hate to have anybody on that.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, no, I mean, that makes complete sense to me. As far as when it comes to like KPIs in your CRM, for those of you guys that don't know, like KPIs, key performance indicators, kind of how you're tracking what's working in your business, what's not. Does your CRM track all of that stuff?
Tracks per campaign. It tracks the lead if you got it from a web lead, if you got it from cold calling, if you got it from text message, if you got it from your cousin's, neighbor's, sister's, uncle's, grandfather.
Yeah.
If you got it from your neighbor, and then we will track the KPIs down to each campaign so you can view those logs and make decisions based on your data there.
And can you even like show how much money you're spending on those campaigns and then how much money you're making off the deals to kind of figure out what marketing's working, what marketing's not working?
So that's the beautiful thing about Podio. If you're working with the right people, we can modify the KPIs to what your company wants to see because, you know, key performance indicators, you might use 4 and maybe Ryan Zolan uses 5.
Right.
You know, maybe Alan uses 8. And that's another beautiful thing about Podio is we can flex it to what they want to see. If you want to see a certain KPI and it's possible, why are we going to tell you no?
Yeah.
We want everybody to thrive on what we're building here.
Totally. I think it like you were saying too, it depends on your model. Like for instance, right now, like Steve and I, we're flipping, you know, we're trying to flip 15, 20 houses a year in New Jersey. We're not sending out, you know, a bunch of different contracts every single day. You know, a guy like Alan, who's wholesaling nationwide, you know, they're sending out contracts all the time. They're in all these different states. It's kind of a different process. So you can kind of cater to kind of each one of those individuals. And
exactly. And what's beautiful about the, you know, feedback collection process is we can learn everything from what Alan does and we can learn from how you do things.
Yeah.
And we can combine it to make the best solution. And that's, I kid you not, you know, that's what I try to do every day. I just want to make the best solution for people out there doing this.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be as hard as I see everybody making it. It really does not have to be that hard. And I'm a systems addict, so I'm going to stick to what I like to do, and I'll take care of that, and you could take care of your flips, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I feel like a lot of real estate investors, they're not as much kind of the organized systems, you know, they're more focused on just like, they want to buy houses, go in there, you know, tear out the cabinets, flip the houses.
A lot of what I get is like, okay, why am I going on this CRM? You're not actively doing real estate. And you need to specialize. If you're going to do software, you need to specialize in software.
Yeah.
How would you expect to have a perfectly running CRM when I'm out there working on a wholesale business myself or trying to fix and flip properties?
Yeah.
We're trying to make multiple real estate tech platforms. That requires full attention in all aspects. There's customer care, there's attrition rates that you want to look after. There's, like I'm saying, the feedback process that we want to automate. There's a lot of love that goes into it. It's more than just a CRM, what we're building here.
Yeah. What do you think's what's coming next for you guys?
So anybody who purchases the CRM and is on a monthly subscription, we're going to have couple of special things for them in terms of data. We're going to give them huge discounts for being a part of SimplifyREI, so they can all run with that. We have some other tech platforms in the background. So we have an SMS that'll be coming out within the next month or two. And just some other stuff in the works that I'll be able to let out more towards the middle of the summer. But this is a lot more than just a CRM. I tell people they're making an early investment into a little real estate Tesla.
Yeah. I know me as an investor, like I love the idea of kind of like this like all-in-one system. Mm-hmm. Right now it's like I have, my Podio CRM and my Podio guide. Then I have my texting platform and this and all these different logins and like all these different, my data's here, so for me, like having a system that could just be everything's all in one, you don't have to worry about, all these different areas and different, payment methods, I think is like, would just save a bunch of time, which is the biggest thing real estate investors are looking, how could we create more time for, buying more houses?
And that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. That's why you get so many calls from me, man.
This guy calls me more than anyone I know.
I call everybody. I call John at midnight. I call Alan at any time in the day, and I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Block me if you don't like it, because I'm going to call off my other phone.
I love it.
So, I just spoke with Ryan Zolan, and we're taking it a step further to add up what his profits were last year, and we want to compare them each quarter to when they're using our system. We're taking their VAs and we're onboarding them, to train them, because that's just, we want to see people that are using our system to succeed. And if we can help with that, of course we will,
What's, I know usually when you're like thinking of a new idea like this, like I know you guys are kind of the new guys in this space. Mm-hmm. You're usually trying to solve a problem that you see. So when you were looking at kind of the real estate investing space, the wholesaling space, what was the biggest problem that you guys saw with systems, and how do you think you guys are kind of going to get to the top?
We really do this. We really do this. Yeah. So a lot of things that are out there are just white labels, or just putting their face on something and making it, look pretty. So I see people out there getting ripped off day in, day out because they watch YouTube videos and they listen to Joe Schmo on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I saw a niche market here and a gap in the market that I think that we can fill with our tech background and really bring real tech, to real estate.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, And as of right now, I can confidently say I feel like we are, if not number one, in the top 3 for Podio CRMs. And within a month from this recording, I will confidently say that we are number 1, and I will do everything in my power, to make sure of that.
Yeah. No, I mean, everything, just seeing your process and the way that you guys are working over there, like they are working with guys who are doing, some of the most wholesale transactions around the country. Yeah. People doing 7-8 figures of deals. So, you're working with the real investors that are giving you the feedback that you need to hear, not kind of.
My partner, Andrew, he's 20 years old. He was doing $100,000 to $200,000 a month in wholesale fees. And he was dealing with his old real estate company's Podio and marketing as well. So the Podio that we built, it was based upon a lot of other expensive Podios.
Yeah.
We're talking about some people that have put over 6 figures into their Podio. And we've taken concepts from there to make it into ours.
Yeah.
And we've, just like I said, man, we studied day in, day out on how we can make it better.
Yeah. So if someone was wanting to get your Podio, what's kind of the way to go about that? How do you guys kind of have it broken down for people that want to sign up for it.
SimplifyREI.net.
Yeah.
They can book a demo. We'll answer general questions. You know, no pressure. You let us know how you're feeling after that. All love from there.
Yeah.
There's no crazy marketing that we do. You know, the product speaks for itself. So usually people will book a demo, and within a couple of days, it'll be history from there, because we do recommend them to other CRMs. It's not like we blind them off from that.
Yeah. Would you say, I know probably a lot of people like listening and watching, they're like just getting into wholesaling. Maybe they haven't done a deal yet. Mm-hmm. Would you suggest doing your first deal before getting the CRM, or would you suggest know, right out the gates?
No, I wouldn't. I would say get your CRM. I would say, you know, you would have maybe a better professional opinion than me.
Yeah.
My opinion, go get a second job. Go get a third job if you have to. Get yourself a CRM. Get yourself a dialer. You know, save the time.
Yeah.
People are dialing off of Google Voice to save themselves money. A dialer costs $100 for the month, and will spit out 10 times more than you can, and also keep track of that much more than your Google Voice number can. You know, so there's little stuff like that where I'm just like, get a CRM and run it the right way from the beginning if you're going to do it, you know, because you can start in that CRM and finish there. 2 years from now, it'll still be there. You'll be able to flex it to what you need. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, because I mean, for whatever the cost might be, a couple $100s a month or thousands, you might want to invest up front for a CRM. But think about every month we're spending thousands and thousands in marketing. So if we're just kind of letting some of these leads just go to waste, like you said, you know, a lead that could have been a $20,000 or $50,000 flip for us or something like that, that we're just kind of not staying on top of because we don't have it made it easy for ourselves in a CRM. Yeah. I think that's like the biggest thing is like a basic one can you could set a follow-up date and it will give you a quick little reminder, but at the same time, it's like that's not the same thing as like setting an automated follow-up and just, you know, that no matter what you're doing that day, that message and that follow-up is still going out.
And that's exactly what we set up for in all of our drip campaigns. That's exactly why we set up the drip campaigns the way that we did. That's why we have RVMs the way they are. I mean, you can pre-record like 50 voicemails and send them out 2 months from now. If you want to go to your VIP buyers list and wish them all a Merry Christmas, you can send that out 2 months before. You know, just like there are so many things that we
I never even thought about stuff like that.
Bro, if you have your buyers, right, and to build rapport with your buyers, you can record like 30 voicemails and just be like, all different types for all different types of holidays. You could just be like, hey, I tried to ring you. You didn't pick up the phone. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you have a happy holiday if I don't hear from you. That's just like, most people don't see that, but those are little cookie points.
Yeah.
That buyer 100%. Remembers you. So instead of calling all your buyers. You gotta stay top of mind. Yep. So instead of calling all your buyers, just send out an email send out a pre-recorded voicemail, send out an SMS to all 5,000 of them in one state. We break down that per state. Yes. Every state in the nation, you can send one-click email and SMS to your buyers with an automatic property template. So you're not posting on Facebook like a dodo back and forth.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, even with things like, I know things we would do is, let's say this lead had to get followed up. Call me back in like a month. Maybe we're going to be selling then. And we would usually want to hit them up with like a text or a phone call. So what we were doing is just like, the day would come, I would just like set a reminder on my phone, like call Bob at 123 Main Street, and then it would come up, and that day I would like either call him or send him a text. But
I like to remember.
I don't think that could be the best way.
I like to remember everything, man. I want to know if you like dogs, if you like pizza. I want to know if you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican.
Yeah.
Because it's good to collect that data before you hop on the phone. You know, you're doing deals, man. You know how it is. The deal is in the follow-up. You're not going to call somebody, hey, sell me your house, and it's boom, gone. Right?
That's not how it works.
It's not. That's not how it works. You know, it takes some months. So you remembering a little comment that they made 4 months ago about their dog or their kid going to school, priceless.
Yeah. Priceless. Yeah, it shows like you're a real person, especially in an industry, dude, where it's like, these sellers are like, are you from India? Like, are you actually going to like buy my house? So if you come in as like, oh shit, like I talked to this guy, he like knows I like dogs and remembered our last conversation, you're going to kind of make yourself stand out from the competition.
And if you're really a G, I mean, you just connect your realtors to the CRM itself, and then we'll set automated tasks and they can just automatically know that they need to go out to those properties and meet with the buyers. You know, you just have realtors on ground per state and then connect them to your CRM.
Okay.
People in marketing, systems and processes.
Yeah.
You know, systems and processes.
I
might not be knocking down deals, but I'll tell you what, I got a lot of people that are using our stuff that's doing 6-7 figures, like you're saying, on the regular, and they love it.
Yeah, I mean, the lifeline of any wholesaling or flipping business is generating leads, right? And that's through marketing, and then that's through consistent follow-up and having a good process to work those leads. Mm-hmm. So I do think a lot of the times that real estate investors are thinking about real estate, but it's like, if you actually break down the business, dude, it really is more of a marketing business, especially in the wholesaling aspect.
It's next, you know?
Yeah, it's just marketing.
And people are, I talked to some guys the other day, they were sitting down breaking 100 properties one by one on an Excel sheet. I said, dude, what are you doing? what are you doing? The person didn't even pick up the phone for you yet. So you're going to research into this property for 15 minutes. You're going to call them. They're not even going to answer the phone, and you're not going to remember anything that you just went over.
Yeah. No, I mean,
it's a process. It's marketing, man.
Yeah.
It's marketing.
It's one of the most important things. I think especially if you don't have like top-notch sales skills, like what I saw when I worked my corporate job and had a sales team is, if you were super talented, you could probably get away with not being really organized and on top of everything, and because you were just good when you had that phone call, you just knew how to close. But like the average person is not a closer like that. And I think that's where organization and having all of those, just the timely set follow-ups and, you know, where more deals are going to just come from someone saying, responding back to your text than you just being able to kind of be a shark on the phone.
And how do you feel about like the mindset aspect in all of this? You know, because I feel like mindset plays a huge part in this entire game.
Yeah.
So what does having a headquarters of all your leads, centralizing all that communication do? It frees up all that stress of waiting for that alarm to ring or acting like an animal all day. That's not how you can build a business.
You want to wake up, kind of like log in and be like, okay, I have these tasks to do today. You know those texts, even if you're on like you know us, dude, we like you hop on a plane in a day. Like I was in Mexico last week, so
I'm going to Cancun. I think next week.
This fucking guy. So that shit though, but that shit, you want to have it automated then, because you might not. I set the note in my phone. Call this guy in a month. If I'm in Mexico on my second pina colada, I'm probably not like sending the text to him.
Exactly. People quit their jobs and then make this a job that's like it doesn't have to be.
Right. You know? So a lot could just be done through automation like that.
That's why we simplify. That's why we simplify.
SimplifyREI.
That's why we simplify it, man.
All right, man. Well, I think, guys, that really does it for us today. Frank Miller, it was a pleasure having you guys. He is literally the best guy I know with systems, marketing, anything like that, guys. He works with real estate investors all over the country firsthand. I haven't signed up for a CRM yet, but stay tuned.
We're getting him on it when he gets that AM hired, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There's going to be no option. There's just going to be too nice, too smooth.
I've worked with a lot of Podio people, and I've never seen someone more in tune to wanting actual feedback, wanting to get to the root of the problems and kind of, you know, really work together in this, not just saying like, hey, here's my CRM. I know you're not a tech guy, but like it works. You
exactly.
know? So it's awesome, man. I'm excited to see what you guys have in store for the future. Enjoy it. You're one day in Phoenix. You're here.
One day in Phoenix, 24 hours, all work, no play.
You had to stop by the Flip Lab, though.
Day before, was up for 23 hours getting some systems ready.
Shit, man. All right, bro.
All right.
That's it.
Look, pull in the spot. Ooh, watch how I drop. Believe it or not, this isn't all that I got. They told me to rock. That's not how I rock. Now I gotta pop Madonna. Trading my traumas for commas. I gotta do what I promise. Pull in the spot. Ooh.